municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction, 850-740-3815, or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera,
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! Full of water. I stay hot tub.
I don't know, I think I liked it better yesterday. We couldn't hear you. Tub. 2, 3.
Second hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me sweat.
Yeah.
Still in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me wet.
Well. Man, I'm sitting here looking at this. This is incredible, man. South Florida's pretty good. Beat Boise State like a drum. This is who Florida's got this week. South Florida, LSU, Miami, Texas, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, which beat my Golden Eagles, Georgia, Kentucky. Ole Miss has got a really good ball club, Tennessee, and Florida State. My question to my three amigos in here, is the Big Three back? Or is it too early to crown and say that the Florida schools are back, the Big Three are back?
Well, they're
all ranked.
They're popping them in there, yeah. So
yeah. Are they back?
They look good.
I think all three look good.
So, I mean, except
it's week one. It's week one.
Week one when Florida played the Long Island Ice
What did Saban say? Just one game.
And heretofore, you were to refer to Mississippi State as the undefeated Mississippi State.
Yes, they are. It was close at halftime.
We're going to say that for as long as we can, and I feel it's going to be 3 more
Coach,
days.
The biggest upset the whole weekend was at Austin Peay 34, Middle Tennessee 14. That was
all eyes were glued on that.
Yeah, that's all happened. 20 million people watched that game, I believe.
Well, that shouldn't have been anybody watching the Alabama game. So anyway,
I'm glad I didn't watch.
Crickets came from Paul Feinbaum and McElroy. They've been after us for 18 months, and guess what? You can't hear a stinking word from them.
If Paul Feinbaum was so darn smart, he'd have hair.
That's true.
Just saying. He'd have figured out male pattern baldness.
Yeah, and then a couple weeks ago, I don't know who it was. Somebody called here. There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate
somebody called here and bet me $200 that Alabama would win by 30. So if you did that, listen,
he wants his money.
No, I don't. I want you to put it in your favorite charity, which would be the buyout for DeBoer. So go ahead and do that. And but anyway,
it was concerning. They were complaining about. Jamie asked me a great question. She said, anyway, Jamie asked me a great question. He goes, Coach, you are in the belief that you play like you practice.
Right.
He goes, absolutely, that's a fact. And she's more or less like, well, you said everything was going really good. What do you think? What do you attribute this to? Anyway, roundabout way to answering it. But yesterday after they practiced, they taught the Bama players that, wow. I said, man, it was intense. The coaches really picking it up. I'm like, they're supposed to have been doing that every time.
Right.
I mean, it shouldn't be after a loss, everything changes. Everything should be exactly the same way.
Well,
same urgency.
How bad it is. They put out a video yesterday about the Alabama players. They said it was after the game, they were doing all these dancing and stuff. It was happened in the spring.
Yeah, that's
so crazy. Don't do that.
And another thing, too, the rumor out there was a big booster that stayed in the same hotel the players did, that it's 1:30 in the morning, they're ordering food, they walk around the lobby, friends in the hotel. They are security at these hotels when a team like Alabama's staying there. And when a team comes in Tuscaloosa, there's security in those facilities also. So I question all these rumors.
Oh, it is, too, because, once they go in there and shut that door,
let's quit making excuses. Florida State kicked our tails. All right, that's just the bottom line.
The thing that's so interesting, I don't get too much into this. Oh, my God, it's the worst thing ever. Need to fire him now, all that stuff. But the difference and look, anytime you're following probably the best who's ever done it, or at least one of the 2 or 3 best who's ever done it, the words proactive and reactive, I think, are what it is. Everything with Saban looked proactive.
Right.
Everything was pre-planned, pre-prepared, probably overly prepared. Whereas this group seems very reactive in everything that they do. Like they practice hard, but it's like things happen to them that's not according to plan. And then sometimes when things go off kilter, it's like they're just reacting constantly instead of sticking to a plan. Yeah. And that's the part that I'm a little surprised by, because it's not like DeBoer's never coached before.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
You make a good point about Saban. I never in my life seen anything like him for his organization, for anything that can possibly come up. They said Bear's the same way, but even the type of shoes they wear, that he finds out about the turf. There's nothing that's not unturned. The guy was a freak, but nobody else. There's not many people who put the time in coaching like this man will, as far as recruiting and as far as watching film. Daniel told me, he said he watched film all the time. Most of those head coaches, they don't do that. They got the assistants that do it. They got GAs that do it. They got everybody and their brother. They got a whole department that does it. But Saban was a freak, man. You're right. He's following the best. So whatever he does, they're never going to measure up.
But, they had plenty of poor performances and things that just, days that just went awry. But, you could tell there was plan there. There wasn't panic after the fact. It was, we just got to go back to work. This group looks like they had no idea what was going to happen to them on Saturday. And then, like you said, well, it was intense. They jumped them. It's like, that's a reaction to any of this. They should have just been, guys, time to go back to work. We got to do things better. I don't know. And that's a little bit worrisome that it's so reactive, because I think somebody said it with you yesterday. It's the best analysis I can draw. It looks a lot like what Norvell looked like last year. It looked like the season got away from him and caught him very off guard. And look, they had 80 problems last year.
Right.
But one of them was, I think Norvell was shell-shocked.
Yeah.
After the first game or two. And I'm worried I'm hoping it's not the case. I'm worried this staff may be a little bit too.
Well, I'm not worried about them. I can tell you that.
About Alabama or Florida State?
Alabama.
Yeah. I tell you what, I give him. Everybody's going crazy about Gus Malzahn. I do love him. He did an unbelievable job. He is the key, and so is Coach White. But the guy that gets the credit is the head coach that pulled the trigger that hired him. And I don't think Norvell's getting enough credit right now.
I tell you what, it was. I wasn't there, but man, people that live around me that were, they said you couldn't believe it. It was so loud. It was unbelievable.
Patrick said the same thing about loud he's ever seen.
The first half didn't surprise me all that much that Womack's defense would have a little bit of trouble with Malzahn. What I'm really surprised by was there was no effective adjustments at halftime. Because he's a very good defensive coordinator. I understand scheme difference.
I've seen that 5 games where they don't change anything.
I get that stack versus that type of offense and this or the other, but generally speaking, I expected adjustments at halftime that just weren't.
And when you go back to Saban, they always made adjustments.
FSU did make adjustments to what they thought they were going to try to do.
Yeah.
Because they were in some different situations, but the speed that they have.
Oh, it wasn't even close. Florida State was so much quicker and faster.
Danzy and Lucas. Oh my goodness.
Who's number 1? I mean, zero.
There's 2 of them. One's on offense, but on defense is Little.
I love that kid.
He played at Alabama last year.
Well, there you go.
He did.
Look,
so did Roy Dell.
He was all over the field, though. That's Zero. He was where the football was. He was
they
there,
were flying out. Yeah.
Oh my God, I like that kid.
But anyway, I just thought they really outplayed him the whole game.
Yeah.
in the past, Florida State would have just folded right there. They went down
their
there.
first drive. Now you thought, all right, now they better tighten up. But after that, buddy, White knew what to do.
When they went back and scored to make it 7-7, it was a great thing. But I tell you what, though, that's the thing I haven't seen on defense last year with them flying around and everybody after it.
They played with enthusiasm.
They did.
Class. But Glenn, they look so much more physical, so much quicker, so much just better across the board. They look like their coach better. They played better. Everything. It wasn't even. The score really is a lot closer than what the game actually was. Mm-hmm. They were never any doubt what was going to happen. And then when you thought maybe Bama would get back in it, then we saw the undisciplined, the late hits, the penalties, all the stupid things that you used not see in the Alabama team.
That hit out of bounds was pretty close to, not being a hit. And then, of course, they looked at the targeting. It looks like he hit his own player. Mm-hmm. And then I think Williams got hurt when he hit the ground. When he banged his head backwards on the ground too. So they did look at it. So I
question how do I word this about him? We talked about last year, me and Brant and Jason, about who the best receiver in the country was. Because after the Georgia game, everybody thought it was him. But I said I would go with this guy that's 6'4", almost 230 at Ohio State. Because he'll go across the middle. I worry about him. I don't think he likes going across the middle.
I mean, at his size, you wouldn't expect him to like going across as much. But here's what I wonder about Williams, and I think he's unbelievable talent. I wonder if success came to him too easily, too early.
Too quick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think he got tagged a couple of times before they threw to him. So.
But what I wonder is, not necessarily a character flaw, but it's come so easy, there's not that urgency I have to work all the time to keep getting better.
I think Florida State players watched film last year and figured out, look, put a hat on this guy right here. He's not going to be a Superman. We let him. We don't put it on him. He will become a Superman.
Yeah,
and you notice they were knocking him around.
He got bracketed a couple of times, which means he got hit twice.
Now, that being said, Bernard being there on the other side is good because he's a good player.
I think he's their best player, period. He played hard the entire game.
There was some defensive guy that kept saying they want to get rid of him because he gave no effort on one of them.
He wasn't the only one.
No, but I'm just saying.
I'm talking about low. You go back and watch that stuff, and you see the lows. I've never seen an Alabama football team get low in the last 20 years anyway.
I tell you what, though, if you watch the game at our offensive line, but I'm going to tell you something. If you watch a couple of plays, Randy Pittman from Mosley tagged a couple of guys.
He put somebody on their back.
Yeah, I mean, he blasted them. So I told you how they used the tight end, and then he caught a pass or two. So it was fantastic. So there's a guy out there named Kevin who likes our show, and so he texted me yesterday, told me to give y'all heck. But you know what? After yesterday, y'all got enough of it.
Did Rob leave you flowers or anything?
He called.
Oh, did he?
He said they would have been here. It wouldn't work. What game was that? Was it a Texas game?
No, it was probably Vandy.
Yeah, well, one of them. We had all kinds of stuff. Thank you, Rob. If you brought donuts, it'd have been better. But anyway. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to let. It's almost 70 years old. I'm not going to let these guys just ruin my whole weekend like they did. I'm done.
My great weekend started Friday night with we'll talk to Coach Brown.
Oh my God, the game.
Yeah,
the game. You know what? We're so used to Mosley just steamrolling people, and Witten's done an unbelievable job building that program up. I mean, they got it rolling over there, and then Bay. The first game, they put it on Arnold, and then go over there and beat them and score that many points. I thought if they won, it'd be by maybe a field goal. They look good.
They did.
That quarterback and receivers.
Yeah, they actually got two quarterbacks. They just swapped. One of them's a quarterback, the other's a receiver. And then, I think Morgan got through the pass, the touchdown pass.
That was what I enjoyed about it. It wasn't just that it was a good game or that it was big or the score was, kind of whatever like that. It was good football.
Yeah.
It was.
That was fun to watch.
What about Bozeman beating a big old 5A Lincoln?
Tell you what,
Yep.
Man, are they under the? Well, it was Leon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're under the radar because I mean, going into Holmes and winning was impressive enough, and then
the thing that I heard, I kind of heard both
story.
coaches say this, and I thought that was real classy of both of them, that it's not about Coach Brown or Coach Whitten. It's about Bay and Rutherford, Bay and Mosley.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with those two because, like Coach Brown said, he just took a job. He didn't have anything to do with anything.
I forgot he had coached there before. That's right.
Yeah,
The only thing that was about those two were the 2 onside kicks. I thought
you know what?
Those were fun, though.
The way I saw it, though, is
Glenn called him.
It was smart on Mosley's part to come right out and do that. I love that Brown got it back. Like that was.
They stopped him. Yeah.
That was like a little, tip of the cap gamesmanship.
But then we turned around on side, kicked it, and got it.
Yeah, that was what I loved. I thought it was great.
You can look at it.
We got some big games coming up this week also.
I got them written down, but we'll go over them later.
All right, we got to get our college picks in today. Got Dr. Ward at 7:30. Jeremy's won a state championship. It's not like he didn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's got this thing built up.
One of the
big.
things, too, he's got all those kids back, but he's now got a full staff. I mean, you don't have 3 or 4
And
guys.
they won a district championship last year.
Yeah, they
It's
did.
not like they weren't there good.
Right, and we had to travel, and the team that didn't win a district game got to stay the closest.
Yeah, I remember that. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Today is today. If you're in Lynn Haven, get out to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. 10 wings on the side. Pat Perno's the city commissioner over there, does an incredible job. I love Pat. What's a wonderful man. That restaurant's incredible. The way they treat you is it's like family. Atmosphere, TVs everywhere. Get out to Beef O'Brady. They had a great weekend, too, with college football. Everybody over in Lynn Haven was out there watching the games. Everybody's ordering all these wings to take home and have parties, especially FSU people. But anyway, Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven today. 10 wings aside for $9.99. All you Mosley Dolphins every Friday night before the game, before you get out to Tommy Oliver. Head on down to Beef O'Brady's like everybody's doing. Have a little pep rally down there. Have a great pregame meal. Head out to Tommy Oliver and watch Coach Whitten's team play really well like they usually do. Also, don't forget about Panama City Beach. The world-famous J. Michael Spaghetti. Just today, last Wednesday, Glenn, it was packed out. I mean, packed out. Get out there and have a great meal. The spaghetti is incredible. They only do it on Wednesday for lunch and dinner. And then if you don't want spaghetti, guess what? They got the best seafood, ice-cold beer, steaks, burgers, pork chops. They got it all right there at the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. Go check it out. We know you'll love it. J. Michael's. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back. High school football. All you Tiger Sharks, get down to Taco Bell. Taco Bell, Tiger Sharks. Same thing. They're a pair. Great pair, says the bear. Be right back.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida broadcasts the biggest and best games of the week. We're your headquarters for premier matchups, huge rivalries, and fan favorites. The games of the week. Auburn versus Ball State and Florida versus South Florida. The Gulf Coast headquarters for college football is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the south-southwest and temps near 88. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 2 miles per hour and be warm at 75. Sunny tomorrow and a high 88. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 89. Saturday the high will reach 92 with mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
In a world full of noise, one name cuts through it all.
Amplify AI.
We help HVAC, plumbing, and home service pros get found fast. More leads, more calls, more results. This ain't just marketing. It's AI-powered performance.
Amplify AI.
Hear the roar.
Call Lee at 850-299-1269. Amplify AI.
That bear ain't just for show.
Stay out of his lane and stay off his yard.
Believe me, this man is a menace. He's always drinking, starting fights.
The Coach James Hales Show live from the J. Michaels Studios.
Don't turn it off!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, here we go, Glenn's song. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's Wednesday day. That means it's Bay Day. It's Manly Day. Eugene's here with us this morning. Let's bring him on now, the state championship coach, Coach Jeremy Brown. Jeremy, great job. I tell you what, your kids played really well. I thought, I'll be honest with you, I had Mosley win the game. I thought if you guys win, it'd be a close, maybe a field goal. Your offense looks like it's pretty outstanding. Talk about it. Give us some names. The kids are playing well, and congratulations on a big win.
Hey, good morning, guys. I appreciate it, Coach. Yeah, they, thought the kids played really well. I think the thing that jumped out on film was I thought we played really physical for 4 quarters. Like we didn't have a letdown like we did last year when we came out the second half. The kids came out and stayed locked in. Obviously offensively, I thought we moved the ball really well. I mean, I think the offensive line was kind of the difference maker in the game Friday. We knew if we could protect the quarterback that we would be able to take some shots downfield and take advantage of our athleticism and experience out wide. And the offensive lineman did a really good job protecting the quarterback. And then obviously Zay spun it really well, and JT and Amari and DJ and Noah Clement had a breakout game. He was kind of a guy on film that we thought that they would probably try to man him on the backside and just kind of make him an afterthought. And I think after the first play of the game, when they hit him for about a 50-yard fade route, their whole demeanor on defense had to change a little bit. But the kids played well, man. Defensively, really thought our 2 safeties did a phenomenal job getting involved in the run game. Daryl Andrews and Zay Footman, man, they came down with kind of an extra run fitter in the box and helped us slow Sammy down, who still had a really good game. He's a really good back. But overall, just really excited with how our kids played. I thought special teams, Mosley got us the opening kickoff, great call with the onside kick. Then later on in the half, we returned the favor. So I just thought overall, man, it was a really, really good high school football game. I thought both teams played really well. We just made a few more plays in the end.
Going into the ball game, I didn't know how you guys would match up physically, size-wise. So your size, because Mosley always has those big. Seems like they always had these real big players. Were you guys just as big as they were? Or y'all just as physical? Obviously, you were probably physical wasn't a problem, but are you guys as big this year? I guess more than you've been in the past.
Yeah, we're probably bigger on the offensive line this year than we have been, and we probably had the size advantage on the offensive line. One of those years. The beautiful thing for us is we only started 1 senior on the offensive line, so we're still fairly young.
Wow.
And so we think we've still got some. We still think we've got a lot of room to grow. To grow up front.
Yeah, Coach, I thought that, to me, though, the onside kick was a surprise, but to me that just showed you that they might be a little bit afraid of kicking it down there, even though they're supposed to have the guy that kicks it in the end zone to start that off. But the thing is, you changed the momentum right away. You stopped them. You made them turn the ball over. So. Yeah,
I think that when they got the onside kick and the way our kids responded to that on defense and we got them to we stopped them on 4th down in the red zone. That gave our kids an enormous amount of confidence. And then, Coach, I know you appreciate it late in the game. We DJ Davenport, kind of a little rugby style, punt formation we put in just for this game. And man, what a great punt he had there at the end of the game that backed him up inside the 5-yard line and made him have to, basically go about 95 yards. And so, you know, we can make a team go 95 yards. We feel like our defense has a pretty good chance of stopping them.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciated that. Trust me. So,
I want to ask about your offense. I mean, the size of your line you've been talking about. When you're balanced in high school football, it's hard to stop teams like that. It's hard to beat teams like that when you can throw and run. And it seems like your quarterbacks can run the ball pretty good too. Talk about your offense and kind of your philosophy this year with this group of players.
Yeah, you know, we know this year we've got an extreme amount of confidence in putting the ball in the air. You know what I mean, and throwing it around and you know, Friday night, you know, each game takes on its own personality, but we felt like Friday night that we were going to have to throw it early to set up the run late, which is what we did. And, you know, if you know, late in the game the other night, man, we started feeding MJ, and, man, he was just pounding that thing inside and inside zone and counter. And just, I mean, he was just running something physical and just punishing people when he ran. And, you know, he was getting 4 or 5 yards a pop, which is what allowed us to kind of, you know, once we got a lead, even though we thought we had a chance to go down and score and, you know, just a couple of untimely penalties, but we were able to get a few first downs on those last couple of drives and really kind of take some time off the clock, make Mosley use some timeout. So when they got the ball back, you know, they didn't have any timeouts left. And so, you know, just him being able to, you know, to, like you said, keep us balanced and kind of, we told him all week, said, dude, you're going to be our closer this week. You know, we said you might not run it a lot in the first half, but we get out there late in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, like, you know, if we got a lead, we're gonna let you finish it, and he did, and it really paid off for our offense.
How has practice been this week? You've had 2 big wins, 2 huge rival games, scoring a lot of points. Now you got a game coming up this week. I'm sure the kids probably feel like they're favored in it. But are they focused on doing what they need to do to improve?
Yeah, Coach. You know how it is, man. When you're dealing with 16 and 17-year-old kids, especially after the, you know, not just the last 2 games, or even the Niceville game. You know, the 3 physical games. You know, we felt like all 3 of those games were really physical. You know, physical type games, and so you know, our kids are probably a little bit. You know, they're probably a little bit drained emotionally. They're a little bit worn down physically. So this week's been kind of, you know, one of those weeks where we're having to tell them, like, hey guys, you can't go out and have a letdown. You can't go out and be sloppy and turn the ball over because you'll mess around and you'll be in a football game. You know, those kids over at North Bay Haven, they play with a lot of pride, and you know they've had a lot of coaching turnover, but you know those kids still come to work just like our kids do. I mean, they want to win and they got pride in their school, and so you know, yesterday's practice was, I'll be honest with you, it wasn't great. You know, it was a little sloppy. At times it was really good, and at times it was really inconsistent. And you know, we had to get their attention after practice, and you know, ran more yesterday after practice than we probably ran in a practice in my whole 4 years at Bay High. But we wanted to send the guys a message that we're not satisfied. You know what I mean? That just you know, beating Mosley was great, but it was just another game on the schedule. Like we've got bigger goals than just that win, and I feel like today at practice it's going to be a lot more energetic, and the kids are going to be a lot more focused.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, great job. Before you get out here today, I want to ask you, because I hadn't forgotten. I think SCAM is a district game. Who are the district teams in this year? Is it exactly as last year? And remind us who it is. Yeah, it's the same as last year. It's Pensacola High and West Florida Tech. Okay. We're in a 3-team district. So. Okay, good. Well, buddy, we appreciate you coming on. I know you're busy. Keep up the great work, and we will talk to you next Wednesday. All right, guys. Appreciate it. You have a great rest of the week. Go Bay. Yep. Good job. Yes, man. Sir. Hey, they got it rolling. Yeah, they got it rolling. It does, man. Hey, this might be the county championship. This might be the district champion. Who knows? Well, he's won a state before.
They got 2 under their belt for county, so we'll see what goes on there. Well, I feel pretty good about their district chances also. He just told me who they got to play in those games. The key is staying healthy, keeping them focused, and he does a great job doing that. How, Glenn? Yes, sir. Give us a little rundown of the rest of the games this week. Okay. This coming up Friday, Arnold will be all the way over to South Walton, and Bluntstown comes to Bozeman. Mosley goes all the way over to Rickards, and Chipley comes to Rutherford. Then Graceville's at Sneeds, Weewa's at Vernon, Mariana's at McClay, Holmes County's at Walton, Liberty County is at Port St. Joe, and Freeport is at Northview. So
now, what about Mosley?
Mosley is over. They go all the way over to Rickards.
Rickards, okay. This Bluntstown, Bozeman, wow.
Yep.
I heard Bluntstown is loaded with players. Loaded.
They are, and they may be visited by somebody from the state too. They've got a few people that came from way off. So yeah, their NIL deal's pretty good.
I'm just watching Bozeman, how they play so hard and keep those games close, man. I'm not putting anything past them.
Right.
They're doing an unbelievable job. Does Bay play Bozeman this year?
Yes, the last game of the year.
That could be a big one.
Well, and Holmes has had 2 really tight ones, and now going over to Walton. That ain't no cupcake either.
Holmes County, point here, point there.
Yeah, they're a good football team.
Real good football team. But for St. Joe to go on the road and win in there, that's pretty incredible. And all you Tiger Sharks, get down to Taco Bell. They support you. They love you. Make sure you support them. Without them, we wouldn't give so much love to those Taco Sharks.
That's right.
Taco Sharks.
Taco Sharks. That's your new thing.
Port St. Joe Taco Sharks. All right, let's talk about some of the other great we got. That Cajun place. Ryan, are you in town this week?
I am not.
Glenn, you better meet me.
Okay.
We had a great, I'm telling you what, I've never seen so many people in my life, 10:30 in the morning, waiting to get in. It was crazy. It was packed out, and we finally did get in before the kickoff. Got to see Lee make his final pick. And matter of fact, he had every single one right. Great job. I love that man.
By the way, what a class act.
By Ohio State.
Yeah, but for Fox.
Yeah.
To simulcast ESPN, that never happens in network television.
I'll be honest with you,
that was really neat.
I had it on there just to kind of see what they were going to do.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed with that. They didn't have to do that.
That was really cool.
It shows you the respect that people love that man. Southern Mississippi game, they had big signs about Lee.
Yeah, they
Every
did.
college football game has a sign for Lee. And he was the only one that picked FSU to beat Alabama. Guy's incredible. How old is he now?
90.
Yeah. All right. Get back in the Cajun place. Let me tell you what's going on down there this Saturday morning. They're going to open up at 10. They got a brunch for you if you're into that. You get to watch the game day. Then you watch college kickoff at 11 o'clock. All the great games being played. The big one, and I think it is a big game, when Florida the big one's Oklahoma, Michigan. But I'm telling you what, keep on this South Florida game. This is going to be a ball game. This is not going to be any blowout. This is going to be a battle. But get on that Cajun place. You will not believe this. 50-cent wings. That's right. Rick, Judy, Trudy, Jan, I can't even talk. They all know how hard it is to get you in there in the summertime. It's packed out. We understand that, so they're trying to give back to the community now. 50 cents wings, $5 pitchers. You can't beat that. Now, LSU, they're going to score a lot of points this year. Make sure you got your LSU shirt on. When LSU is playing, they score a touchdown. Have your shirt on. Go up and say, I want my free Jell-O shot now. They got to give it to you. Saints play this weekend.
I would add a please.
Yeah, that's true. They're great people there. Anyway, Sunday, the NFL starts, actually Thursday night. So if you watch a game there, the same deal with the wings, same deal with the pitcher of beer. If the Saints score, which don't get too, I don't know how much they're going to score this year. But if you got a Saints shirt on, get up there and say, I need that free Jell-O shot, please. I might not get another one, so give it to me. Anyway, that Cajun place, can't beat it. Unbelievable. Also, what else I got to talk about? Dr. Ward, the legend's coming on here just in a second. Can't wait to talk to him. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore our vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's your AP Top 25. Ohio State's number one, 55 votes. Penn State was second with 7. LSU third. Georgia fourth. Miami fifth. 6th, Oregon. 7th, Texas. 8, Clemson. They didn't drop as far as I thought. 9, Notre Dame. There's all three losers right there. 10, South Carolina. 11, Illinois. 12 was Arizona State, I believe. Florida Gators, 13th in the country. FSU jumps all the way up to 14th. Michigan, 15th. Iowa State 16th, SMU 17th, 18th Oklahoma, 19th Texas A&M, 20 Ole Miss. Bama drops big time to 21. I didn't know they didn't deserve to be in there. Tennessee's 20. I like Tennessee, by the way. I watched them play like the quarterback. I think they made an improvement. Like the kids' attitude. Tennessee's 22nd, Indiana 23rd, 24th Texas Tech, 25th Utah with a big win over UCLA. Let's bring him on. Doc, skin cancer can be deadly. There's no doubt about that. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. All it takes is 5 minutes. It could save your life. What's the best way to get up with your office? What's the best way to get out with the best? How do we get it with the best people in the world?
Just give us a call at 233-3376. You can see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Watersound, Santa Rosa, Bonifay, Mariana, or Defuniak Springs. 5 minutes all it takes to get checked head to toe to make sure your skin is healthy and cancer-free.
Doc, you had a good week picking. You were second the best. I cannot believe this. Brian and Jason beat all of us.
Did it?
They were 18 of 21.
Okay.
Dr. Ward was 17 of 21. I was 17 of 21. Jim was 17. Glenn was 2 of 18. Glenn was 15 of 21. So congratulations. Doc, let's talk about it. What stood out to you this week in college football? I tell you what, I like LSU, but go ahead.
The thing that stood out to me is that Paul Feinbaum knows absolutely nothing about college football. Every single game I missed was because I was drinking Paul Feinbaum's Kool-Aid, and I went with Clemson, and that was stupid because they got manhandled by LSU. I went with Alabama buying the hype that Kalen DeBoer had figured it out, and clearly he hasn't. I mean, dude, Kalen DeBoer needs a Secret Service detail around him in Tuscaloosa right now because the Alabama fans can't afford to buy him out at $70 million. So the only way they'll get some crazy guy like Harvey Updike who poisoned a tree because he didn't like Auburn. So he better have a food taster or something around him because Updike, he's out of jail. You never know what he's going to do. And then And then he's all in on Arch Manning, saying he's going to win the Heisman. And, dude, Arch Manning shouldn't even be in discussion for SEC first team, second team, third team. I mean, Arch Manning looked like he should be, the backup quarterback at Boise State. And then, that Belichick hype. And, dude, Bill Belichick, I mean, that was just embarrassing. Yeah. I mean, to go from six-time Super Bowl champ to getting blown out at home against TCU. I mean, Paul Feinbaum is the biggest idiot right now, and people still listen to him.
Yeah, Glenn does every day.
Yeah, right.
All right, listen, I want to make sure we get these in today. I want to go ahead and start because...
Well, hey, real quick, before we get started with picks, I wanted to just say Florida State, and Miami all ranked in the top 15. The last time that occurred was in 2006, and that was the preseason AP poll. The last time they were all ranked in the top 15 in the middle of the season was 2001. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. We talked about this morning. We said, are the big three back? You'd have to say it today because they're all ranked. But they all look good. Now, Miami was physical. I tell you what, I liked that game. I thought both teams played well. I think both teams were coached well. That was a heck of a football game. Florida State looked like the best team, anybody in the state of Florida. That game, they destroyed Alabama. The Gators are back. I said that. But, Doc, I want to tell you something. This game against South Florida is no cupcake, man. This is going to be a battle.
Yeah. I really like the way that the Florida schedule sets up. You go in, you play a team that you got, you're way overmatched with Long Island. But, South Florida is going to be a little bit of an upgrade in talent, scheme, all that. We may have to, open up the playbook a little bit. We were very vanilla on offense against Long Island. But no, I like we're going to have a little bit of an upgrade in level of competition. But, I mean, I still think we win that game by 3 touchdowns.
Ooh, okay. All right, let's go. Let's get these picks in. Then we'll have time for some other things. James Madison at Louisville. Dr. Ward, who you got?
I got Louisville. They looked good last week.
I told y'all. All right, Brian, who you got?
Yeah, I got Louisville as well.
Lynn?
I'll take Louisville also.
All right, Monroe at Alabama. Don't touch the point spread. I looked at it. I was 37-something.
36.5.
36.5. Do not touch it. I think we'll see. Who you got, Brian?
I think Alabama bounces back here and gets it done.
Doc, talk to me.
I got Bama. I mean, they're going to beat Monroe.
Glenn?
Bama, yeah.
Okay. Ball State at Auburn. I think Auburn's going to have a good year this year. Everybody got Auburn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
War Eagle, they look good. All right. I take that back. I just gave you all the Arkansas State. Everybody got Arkansas?
Yeah.
Arkansas State got killed.
This, I don't know, though, man. This one might surprise people how close it ends up being. I got a funny feeling about this one, but I got Arkansas winning.
Everybody's got Auburn. All right, I'm going to hold off on South Florida. Austin Peay at Georgia. I think everybody's going to pick Georgia.
Well, wait a minute now. Austin Peay upset Middle Tennessee. Now, they better be.
Glenn's got inside info.
You got Middle Tennessee, right?
No, I got Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia.
I got a ride in the car with you.
I'm going through the cupcakes real quickly.
Okay.
LSU, Louisiana Tech. Everybody got LSU?
No, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Doc, I'm telling you, watch out for LSU guys. I like their defense. Their offense is incredible. And they finally win a week 1 ball game. All right, let's jump into SEC play. I think this is going to be an embarrassing game for this team. They've played them tough for years now.
Refer to them.
The
correctly.
Wildcats of Kentucky versus Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is good. I really do. But Kentucky plays them tough every single year. Yeah. But I think Ole Miss can pull. I think Ole Miss covers. Doc, who you like? You like Ole Miss or you like the Wildcats?
Austin Simmons looked great last week. I think Ole Miss wins big.
I do too.
Kid's young, but he's got a good head on his shoulders, and they got a good one there at Ole Miss. So, I think they cover.
Take Ole Miss, yeah.
Everybody got Ole Miss.
I'm taking Kentucky.
Really?
Did
he
powerful whiskey.
Did Did anybody ask him? I don't remember asking him who he was taking. You really taking him over Ole Miss?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right.
Keeping the faith,
I will
brother.
say
Keep
this,
the
though.
faith.
Simmons a little loose with a football.
All right, this is going to be a tough game for Mississippi State Bulldogs. Arizona State at Mississippi State.
The undefeated Mississippi State Bulldogs?
Undefeated. They own the state of Mississippi.
Thank you.
Well, Dr. Ward, who you got?
Y'all, I'll say this. I watched Mississippi State play Southern Miss, and they looked surprisingly good. This game is in Starkville. I did not watch the Arizona State game, but they didn't really beat the heck out of Northern Arizona. I think they only won by like 17 points, and it was close in the third quarter. I'm gonna go for the Bulldogs to win that game.
All right, like that.
So
didn't they not beat them last year or almost beat them?
Well, no, they gave it to them last year. Now, that team, remember, Arizona State came from like 2-10, whatever, to turn it around. Scatabo hadn't become Scatabo yet. But, yeah, State gave them everything they wanted last year. I watched the State Southern Miss game, and I love my Bulldogs, and I'm glad we beat the Buzzards, but...
So you're going...
No, we're just not very good. We have a couple of good players, but the lines are just rough this year.
Arizona State?
I think Arizona State wins. It probably is closer than it should be, but, yeah, I just don't see it. State's kind of a long year.
Glenn?
I'm going to Stark Vegas. I'm taking the
Can
Bulldogs.
you believe that? The other two pick, and he doesn't. Unbelievable.
I watched it.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We got a lot of games to pick, man. Let's talk about some of our great. I love Steve. Steve, locals taking care of locals. That's what it's all about. Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street. If you're looking for these new electrical bikes, they're taking over the world. He's got them there. He's got a great selection of helmets also. They got the old type bikes. They got everything you can think of. They also work on them. He's been in business since 1979. That is Steve's Bike Shop. Go check it out. You're glad you did. I love this company. Nobody does a better job than Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're there for you anytime, day or night. Locals taking care of locals. He graduated from Mosley High School. He starts this business. They have expanded throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Most honest, hardworking people out there. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Don't sit there and put all your money in your power bill. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll come out and help you out big time. Dr. Chad Mitchell, one of the first guys ever trained in robotic surgery. The legend. Been on the sidelines now 26 years. Listen, Dr. Mitchell, from 7 to 9, right here every Monday on ESPN Northwest Florida. Guys, incredible. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. Doc, how can we protect our skin? What should we do if we're out playing golf? We're at the pool. Do we put on all those chemicals, those suntan lotions, or do we put on a shirt? What do we do? What's the smart thing to do?
The best thing to do is to protect yourself with clothing. You know, try not to get sunburned, but if you can't be covered up, you got to put your sunscreen on, reapply every hour and a half. This whole chemical concept is not proven. It's the World Health Organization is the one who's saying that it's a problem, and we know what they all said about the COVID vaccine, and they were pretty wrong about that. So, you can't kind of pick and choose what you want to listen to from the World Health Organization. You either got to say they're smart and they know what they're doing, or they're not. And many times they've proven they don't know anything. So don't get cancer. Wear your sunscreen.
Biden just texted me and said you're wrong. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the south-southwest and temps near 88. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 2 miles per hour and be warm at 75. Sunny tomorrow and a high 88. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 89. Saturday the high will reach 92 with mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing Scorpion TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch 400 local network channels from Panama City and most markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Scorpion TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200 plus entertainment and news networks, or watch thousands of movies on demand, all for just $45 a month when you use the ESPN NW promo code at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Scorpion TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Scorpion TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Scorpion TV logo. Don't forget our promo code ESPN NW.
The Kings of the Swamp.
Falls loose at the 38. Gators got it. Wow.
Join Sean Kelly and the rest of the broadcast team as they bring you Gator football all season long.
Quick race down the near sideline. 20, 15, 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Gators.
On your home for Florida football, the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
The Florida Gators play here. Listen to select games on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The tradition continues.
Lots of force on this one. Hello, Chop House. A 2-run homer.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest. I got Dr. Ward on us this morning, and everybody's listening to his picks, especially FSU fans. All right, Kansas at Missouri. I like Missouri. Who do you like, Doc? Kansas at Missouri.
Mizzou is going to win this one.
No doubt. Brian?
I want to take Kansas.
Okay, we got it. Kansas.
You know what? I'm taking them. I like Kansas. I don't like Missouri this year. I'm taking Kansas.
Okay.
I got Mizzou.
Their quarterback might be hurt. I can't remember. All right, South Carolina. At South Carolina State. Everybody got South Carolina?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Waste time on that one. East Tennessee State at Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to be good.
It depends on if Derek Fudge is playing or not.
Yeah. I tell you what, I like Tennessee's quarterback. All right, bounce back game for Texas. Everybody got Texas.
Who are they playing?
Who are they playing?
San Jose State.
Yeah.
Texas. Yeah.
They should be able to handle that.
Utah State at Texas A&M. Everybody got A&M?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate to do it, but yeah.
Blake's not out there anymore.
All right, this one. Vandy at Virginia Tech. Vandy at Virginia Tech. Quarterback's brother's got arrested at Vandy, and is he going to be focused? I don't know. Who you like, Doc? Break this one down. Who you like in this one?
Look, Virginia Tech couldn't get anything much going against South Carolina, and I know South Carolina's got a slightly better defense than Vandy, but Vandy played really well against Charleston Southern. I think they only gave up like 3 points.
Correct.
I like Vanderbilt.
All right, SEC. Who you going with?
Normally you'd think a Virginia Tech team would bounce back, but I don't think they match up that well with Vandy, surprisingly. I got Vandy here.
Glenn?
I'm going to take Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. Okay. All right. This one. This is going to be a tough one. This team can play. This is going to be a lot more competitive game than last week's game. They're playing a team that has some pride about themselves. Florida State's going to play Eastern Texas.
I'm going with the Noles.
Glenn?
The Noles.
Brian?
Not so, yeah.
Yeah, not so
Florida
bad.
State.
All right, Clemson. Troy comes in there. Troy's, they've upset teams in the past. They've gone into LSU. They've won. Doc, what happens? Does Dabo get them bounced back?
He does get a bounce back, but I do think it's going to be closer than the experts predict.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Clemson by a nose there.
Brian?
I I think they'll kind of control this more. Troy's not quite the Troy of the past. They're building back up. But, yeah, Clemson wins.
Now, this would ruin everything for Miami. Boston College, if it's played up there, I could be a little concerned. It's down south, and hopefully it'll be hot and humid. Miami, BC at Miami. Who you got, Doc?
I think actually the BC they're playing is Bethune-Cookman, Coach L. So I'm taking Miami.
Julie had written down Boston College. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna make some changes.
No, it's Bethune.
Yeah, if I'm right, Doc, I think this starts like 4 consecutive games against state of Florida teams for Miami, if I remember right.
Yeah, I don't think they leave the state until mid-October, until November.
Yeah, but they'll get this one done.
Everybody's got Miami. I'm not going to waste time on that. Thank you, Julie. All right, Grambling State at
Coach
Ohio
likes his
State.
couch.
Grambling State at Ohio State.
Yeah, Buckeyes look good.
I would say Buckeyes.
FIA or FIU at Penn State. Everybody got Penn State?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And you got Oklahoma. Oklahoma State at Oregon. Or Oklahoma State at Oregon. Gundy's made some comments.
He's trying to throw shots.
Yeah, he's made some comments that Lanning doesn't like. They looked good last week. Oregon did.
Yeah, the problem's Oklahoma State still got the same players.
Yeah, is that Oregon? Is that Oregon? Who you got, Doc?
Yeah, Oregon's going to win that. Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon.
Right. The big one, Michigan at Oklahoma. ABC, 6:30 Central Time. I'll tell you what, man, it's going to be a game. Who you got, Doc? Break it down.
Look, Oklahoma at home is going to be good. That John Mateer, their quarterback, he looked really good last week. I know it was not against stout competition, but, he threw for almost 400 yards. I was not impressed with Michigan. I think they beat some directional school by 17 points. I think Oklahoma wins pretty comfortably.
Okay, Oklahoma will beat the Big Ten Michigan Wolverines. Glenn?
Gosh,
Michigan A's listening.
I'm sorry. I think I'm going to go with Oklahoma because they're playing at Oklahoma.
Brian?
True freshman in his first road game is going into Norman. Oof, I got Oklahoma. It'll be tight, but I got Oklahoma.
And game day will be there. I wonder if Barry Switzer is going to be their guest picker this week. I'm not sure about that. All right, let's go back and let's talk about this one. The big game. Florida versus South Florida. I've watched South Florida. They should have beat Bama at home. They're on the road now. They put a beat down on Boise State. And Boise State, playoff team, they could make it again this year, and they put it on them. This is their Super Bowl. This is the biggest game on their schedule. They're going to go in there and play their hearts out. They're going to give the Florida Gators everything they want. Doc, what's going to happen?
South Florida was the big beneficiary of 3 fumbles that Boise State coughed up. South Florida did take care of the ball. Their new I think Golish was there last year, so his second-year head coach. He's got kind of like a Tennessee kind of Heupel type offense. And believe it or not, Florida did pretty well against Tennessee last year in Knoxville. On the defensive side of the ball, I think Tennessee only got like 20, I think it was 26-23 we lost in overtime, and I think only 17 of those points were in regulation. So I like Florida's defense. I think they're going to be able to keep South Florida from moving the ball. They got to contain their mobile quarterback. I like Florida's offense. Jaden Baugh looked really, really good against Long Island. He had 9 carries on 104 yards. Our young receivers really look good. I think we covered the spread.
Yeah, one of them made an unbelievable catch. Brian, what's going to happen?
Well, it's funny in that one of the worst things for this game for South Florida is that they beat Boise State so handily. They're not sneaking up on Florida.
No.
That being said, we talk about Florida's schedule. South Florida's schedule is ungodly easy after week 3, but they might have the hardest first 3 games in the country. They go Boise State, Florida, Miami to start. and then they don't play anybody worth a flip after that. But I actually think this will be a tight first half. I think Florida's going to have to be sharp, and South Florida's going to give them fits, but then the talent gap's going to pull away, and Florida pulls away late, so Florida wins.
I think Florida's the real deal this year, so I think Florida. Yeah.
Florida Gators. All right, you heard it here first. Doc, what did you think about all the stuff they did for Lee last time, picking the Ohio State band, classy act by Ohio State to ban what they did? And Brian pointed out, and I did too yesterday, that Fox actually showed it live on their station. Everything was focused on Lee Corso. I thought that was pretty cool. I'll miss him, man. I mean, I know he's old at the end, and you barely he kind of reminded me of Glenn at the end, but boy, I really like that man.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was who everybody tuned into. I mean, heck, that was back in the day when I was in college, and everybody watched to see whose headpiece he put on, and it meant something. So yeah, it was. I think it was much needed. He's been the face of college football for over 30 years, and hats off to him, and we'll miss him.
All right, let me ask you this. What impressed you? Let me give you mine real quick. LSU impressed me. Ohio State impressed me. Notre Dame and Miami, I was impressed with both those teams. The coaching staffs of all those games I mentioned right there, even Texas, even though their quarterback didn't play well, I was impressed with all those coaching staff. Those teams all played extremely hard, but I was really impressed with FSU's coaching staff. The offensive coordinator, Gus Malzahn's incredible. And so was Coach White. His defense was ready to play. And I got to give all the credit to Coach Norvell for making the hires and making the change, the decisions he had to make. But who stood out to you? Who impressed you the most this past week?
Yeah, I definitely thought LSU answered a lot of questions that people had about their team. I thought their offensive line was a question mark, and they looked good. So that was impressive. I also definitely Florida State. Obviously, Gus Malzahn is a great play caller, and Florida State's in a much better place now than they were a year ago. Who else? Utah. Man, they looked good, and on the same lines. That Nico and Maliaviavo, whatever his last name is, I mean, what a kid that messed up his entire career going to a horrible UCLA team. And UCLA may not win a game this year.
Yeah, Tennessee came out smelling like a rose.
But I thought Utah was very impressive.
I like their quarterback at Utah. That quarterback
in the Big 12, I think they're the team to beat this year.
Yeah. All right, Doc, tell us again the best way to get up with you. Where are you located?
Give us a call at 233-3376. You can see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Marietta, Bonifay, Defuniak Springs, Santa Rosa Beach, Watersound, Panama City Beach, Panama City, or Port St. Joe. 5 minutes all it takes to go look at head to toe, make sure your skin is healthy and cancer-free.
Doc, we'll talk to you next Wednesday. Go Gators.
Go Gators.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Turpro Pest Control, we're talking local company. Patrick does a great job. His daughter, beautiful daughter, cheers at Mosley High School. They can, I tell you, wouldn't that yard look like a golf course? It can happen. You got bugs in your house, Patrick will make them go away for good. Turpro Pest Control, number one. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Vandy Roofing, what a family, man. His dad, his mother, legendary people. And Kyle's done such a wonderful job. Great man. Vandy Roofing, general contracting. They design it. They build it, commercial, residential. They can do it all. If you got an insurance company, they call you and say, hey, look, we're getting ready to drop you. Your roof is now 15 years old. We're going to have to drop if you don't get a new one on there. Hey, no problems. Call Vandy Roofing. Kyle will come out. They'll give you a quote. They'll take care of you. They do incredible work. That is Vandy Roofing. They are the best. And we will be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back. Alabama, Stevenson Air Conditioning.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your college football headquarters for the biggest and best games of the week.
It's a touchdown!
Huge rivalries and your favorite teams in the SEC, ACC, and beyond.
It's a miracle!
The Gators, Hurricanes, LSU, Georgia, Auburn, and Notre Dame play here.
Unbelievable!
The Gulf Coast headquarters for college football is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the south-southwest and temps near 88. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 2 miles per hour and be warm at 75. Sunny tomorrow and a high 88. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 89. Saturday the high will reach 92 with mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
CBC Construction is looking for a few good men. At CBC Construction, our greatest strength lies within our talented team. Join us and be a part of a dynamic company that values its people. We offer a tremendous opportunity to create a future for your family and the Florida Panhandle. CBC Construction is now hiring. Call us at 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com to learn more. CBC Construction. Be part of a winning team.
GSX Lynn Haven, W Field, Q Fort St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
Kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Ain't gonna hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide, roll Alabama updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're always prepared. They always give great effort, play with energy. They always win. They don't ever disappoint you. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals. They are number one. I tell you what else is number one, Newbies. Get out, Newbies, have a great time. 4 wonderful locations. Love John and Charlotte. You know what I love about them? They always give back for the community. They're always giving back. Let's make sure we get out and support them. They always sponsor the FSU update. And also, we're looking for jewelry. Where are we going to go?
You're going to go to the best place anywhere here in Bay County, and that is David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven. Free jewelry inspections, free jewelry cleaning, and don't forget, it's about that time to get a new watch battery put in that watch, and they have them all at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
They're unbelievable, just like Stevenson Air Conditioning. If you're having a problem anytime, day or night, you call Jason. Call Debbie. They'll come out. Their crew will come out there and do an incredible job for you. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. All right, Alabama versus Monroe. 6 kickoff. Kickoff, I think it's around 6:30. Saban lost to Monroe back in 2007. He went off on that. I remember when they lost that game, he was going crazy. Alabama did not show up last week with the intensity they needed to compete against a really good FSU team. They got it handed to them. They were outperformed. They were outplayed. They were outcoached. They were out-hustled. And Florida State did all the hitting. Bama didn't win any part of it. If they do not show improvement this week, if the unthinkable happens, if Bama loses to Monroe and Bryant-Denny, you'll see $70 million raised quickly, and there will be a new coach next year. I really believe that.
Do you think Alabama was bad, or do you think they just went in there with the attitude
I think no.
They underestimated FSU.
If you've listened to me about Bama, I said Florida State should not fear them. Go put the tape on the Vanderbilt game, the Tennessee game, the Oklahoma game, the Michigan game.
Yeah.
I think they're 5-5 since Vandy. Okay, but nobody's fearful of Alabama.
No.
And Florida State was just better. They were better coached.
That dynasty is gone, huh?
Yeah. Florida State showed up with a bad mood.
Wipe that tear from your eye.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm just telling you what I think. I could be wrong.
I'm surprised you play the fight song and not like taps.
No. Hey, they deserve. Florida State did a great job, and Bama did not. I'm just really disappointed in that effort that they showed. They didn't win part of that.
How about the guy with signal, "We're number one" to the camera? That was pretty good.
Who was that?
You didn't see the guy from Alabama?
No.
Oh, well, look, I'm sorry. I'm with that guy.
I know.
When these cameras sit there and zoom in on somebody whose team is just getting pummeled after you've paid all that money and made that trip, the kid's just staring at the camera won't leave him, so he gave him the old middle finger salute, and good for him.
Well, you know what?
I'm serious.
Oh, I thought you said somebody was singing.
No. The one.
Oh, that.
No, he didn't start it. I mean, he waited a while. It's like, fine, you're going to keep your camera on me, all right.
Well, he's just famous now. They'll probably make T-shirts, but
See, he cared more than the players did.
Here's the thing, though. Why? I hate it, and Brian and I've talked about it. Why interview him in the middle of the stinking game?
I can't stand it.
You know what? Go talk to the coach.
That's something new too.
I can't
don't remember
stand
that in the old days.
I know.
Maybe they did.
And I guarantee it's part of those deals. Like the coaches have to do it and all that stuff. It just irritates me.
I'm with y'all guys on that. But anyway, this has got to be a bounce back game for Bama. If not, even if they win, they don't look very well. It's going to get even uglier than it is, if it can get any uglier than it is right now. SEC 24/7, they come out every week and do their update SEC power rankings. Bama drops all the way to, and I think this is too high, actually. I think Alabama's the 9th best. They have Alabama as the 9th best team in the SEC. LSU was number 1. They look outstanding. Defense, they got after people. They blitzed. Their offense is incredible. LSU's the real deal. Number 2 was Georgia. Physical football team, like always. Kirby ran the ball. They're going to be a really physical, good football team this year also. Number 3, Texas. I thought Texas played hard. I just think Ohio State's just better. They were
Texas
on the
had a
road.
bad game plan.
Yeah, I think they knew. After watching, I go, why? Did they not have confidence in the quarterback and some of the things they were calling?
Well, that's it. It's like they were shackling him.
Yeah.
Honestly. And then they were running the ball fine, and then they got away from that. And I don't know. And
I feel bad for him. A couple passes were behind the receivers. A couple got balls in the ground.
I'll be honest with you. I think Sark worried a little bit when he saw, Arch's first play was real jittery. They rolled him out. He had a wide open guy. He skipped it. I mean, he just looked jittery. Sometimes, sometimes getting that first throw out of the way is what a quarterback needs. And it's almost like Sark pulled him back.
And I think that's the reason you saw the play calling that they went with.
Right.
So,
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think they're going to be fine. I think Texas defense is going to win a lot of games for them. Their schedule's set up pretty quick, pretty nice to get him back confidence anyway. Number 4, South Carolina. Beamer does a great job. They play hard. I love their quarterback. They got a good defense. South Carolina looked good. Number 5, I've already told you, watch out for Ole Miss. They're good. Number 6, Tennessee. That was the most surprising to me, is how well Tennessee played, how well they looked. The quarterback, I like him so much better than the guy they had last year. Number 7, the Florida Gators. We know Florida's back. Number 8, Texas A&M. Number 9, Alabama. Oklahoma was at number 10. Auburn at number 11. Come on. How can you have Bama ranked ahead of Auburn? I thought Auburn had a good game plan. We'll talk more about Auburn a little bit. I like what Auburn did. Number 12, Missouri. Number 13. Now, Missouri's quarterback got hurt, too, I think. Number 13, Vandy. 14th, Arkansas. 15th, Mississippi State. And he's not even here. Dead last, Kentucky.
Where they belong.
Alabama is favored by 36.5, 37 points, whatever. Bama fans out there, do not touch it. Now, your Kentucky Wildcats are rated last in the SEC, Big Daddy. Just wanted you to know that. Want to make your day.
Just going to act like I didn't hear that. I got faith in my Wildcats.
Hey.
I got faith in my coach. And I got faith in our team spirit.
You got faith?
Go Cats!
You got faith in Alabama?
No.
I don't either. All right, Saturday Down South, this is their final prediction. They picked all these games already. Every week they do this, and I'm going to follow it. They got Alabama 0-1 right now. Yeah, they are 0-1. They say Alabama, this completely changed for them. Alabama now will go 7-5. No playoff. Based on what we saw, Alabama will likely lose to Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, Auburn, South Carolina, and Oklahoma. Now, they do the best they possibly
That's more
can
than
do.
5 losses.
This is the best they possibly can do. Alabama would go. That was the worst case.
Oh, okay.
Alabama would go 9-3. I don't see a 9-3 with that.
I think 9-3 is the best case scenario. I agree with that.
Yeah, I'd be happy right now. They go 9-3. 5-7 is the floor. Average across is going to be 7-5. Most likely, Alabama goes 7-5. The board. You lose to Georgia, you lose to Alabama, you lose to Tennessee. Auburn and Tennessee. Your people even upset more. You got to beat LSU. You got to beat Tennessee. You got to beat Auburn. Keep Alabama people happy. And I would say Georgia also. He's going to have a hard time winning those ball games. I kind of agree with him. Georgia would be a very difficult ball game for Alabama. They're so much more physical than Alabama showed. LSU will be tough. Tennessee will be tough. Auburn, I don't see them. If Auburn's ranked, Alabama won't win that ball game. Now, they went with the latest. How much time I got? I'm going to save this.
You know what's funny? I had this thought. The year that stands out to me as where this could go awry is 2000. You remember 2000?
Yeah.
DuBose started on the road.
Rose Bowl, right?
UCLA. I was there.
Yeah.
Lost that game. We're ranked number 3 in the country. Spiraled completely out of control. I think they went 3-8 that year. They fired DuBose. Well, you know what happened in the bowl game the year before that season started? Do you remember who they lost to? Michigan.
In the bowl game? Wow.
Tom Brady beat them in the Orange Bowl.
I was at that game. Yeah, yeah.
God, I hope history's not repeating itself.
Alabama missed an extra point in that ball game.
They did, and that's how their season was made because they beat Florida earlier in the year on a missed extra point by
Sean
Florida.
Alexander, the running back, had an unbelievable game. All right, let's take a break. Alabama, am I being negative towards Bama?
Yes.
They deserve it.
Yes.
Practice yesterday was very physical. The coaches got after them, and all the players were talking about, all the media was talking about. The bottom line is, that's the way practice should be at Alabama every day. That should be nothing.
I sure wish Justice Haynes was still there,
too.
too.
Oh, my God. You got that right. He looked good. He looked really good. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We've got so many. Get out to the legendary J. Michael's restaurant today. The day and the day only, world-famous J. Michael's spaghetti. It's incredible. If you don't want spaghetti, they got everything for you. Burgers, pork chops, steaks, but the best seafood you can possibly get. The legendary J. Michael's restaurant on Thomas Drive. We'll be there around 11 o'clock. Cannot wait. We just had the legend on here, Dr. Ward. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. If you don't think it's feeling right, doesn't look just right, don't put it off. Call, make an appointment. 5 minutes could save your life. Don't forget about Max Fit Sports Nutrition, Jason Kovaleski. Jason will be in here Friday. He was under the weather yesterday, bless his heart. But if you want to look better, feel better, though, go by and see him. 2 great locations, 23rd Street and Pier Park, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Newbies, love John, love Charlotte, 4 great, wonderful locations. Go check it out. Newbies 2 on the Curve, that's where you want to go to watch all the games, NFL, college games, right there on the Curve. Then head on to the mothership and have a great time on Friday and Saturday nights. Charlotte's going to have the best entertainment for you. I promise you that. You'll have a great time at either of the 4 newbies. Get out there and have a great time. The legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell. This is his 26th year on Bay County sidelines. Nobody does that. Nobody gives up their weekends. The legendary Chad Mitchell. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And we will be right back. But if you have problems staying warm or staying cool, Stevenson Air Conditions, the answer for you. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back, we're going to mix it up a little bit of FSU, a little bit of Auburn. Be right back.
.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Coach James Hale Show.
Here we go. The voice of the Auburn Tigers, the legendary Andy Burcham. Good morning, sir. How you doing? Good morning, sir. Who is this?
It's Mike.
Hey, Mike. Congratulations. Are you taking your wife, a friend, or what?
My grandson.
All right. Good job.
Weekday morning, 7 to 9. At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the south-southwest and temps near 88. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 2 miles per hour and be warm at 75. Sunny tomorrow and a high 88. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 89. Saturday the high will reach 92 with mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia and supplies, new and vintage cards, and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory, or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Want to know the inside scoop on your favorite teams? From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond. For comprehensive sports coverage, it's ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Eagle! Hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna. War Eagle, Elizabeth Stephen. I tell you what, I'm impressed, Auburn. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven today. 10 wings inside for $9.99. But you want to go watch the NFL game Thursday night. I think it's the Eagles playing the Cowboys. That's a great place to watch it. Customer service, and we always tell you how well they treat you there. TV's everywhere. The food's incredible. Go check it out. And if you're having a big party, order your wings from Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. Go pick them up. Pat will have them ready for you. You'll have a great time down there. And when you're down that way, head out to see Russ and Amber, David Adams Jewelry. They're incredible.
They're incredible. They got a great new selection out because they're getting ready for Christmas. So don't forget Lynn Haven, David Adams and Jewelers, 830 Highway 77.
You do a great job. Let's take this phone call right now. I'm sorry you had to wait so long. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Coach Hale, this is Paul.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, every time y'all get me on, I think it's in the Auburn segment, so can we bleed over just a little on Bama?
Yeah, go ahead. Bleed all you want.
So I was at the game Saturday, and I watched warm-ups, got in there early, and the team's that's not a good Alabama team. You could tell during warm-ups. I kept thinking, do we have more people in the locker room? This team's, they don't pass the eye test at all. So even before the game, I was quite worried.
You know what? It was amazing you say that. All the talk, all the things we heard from up there, this is going to be a really outstanding team. They kept the players they wanted to keep. They followed the Ohio State blueprint. They kept what they wanted. The ones that left, they're okay with them leaving. And this is what we get. But you know the thing that shocked me more than anything is just the lows, the plain lows. Not chasing the football. It's one thing. And that's how you play like you practice. And when you loaf, that questions winter workouts because you're trained not to do that all year long. They jump on you in the weight room when you're doing the lifting. They jump on you doing the running drills, spring football, the camp, summer workouts, all that stuff. And if you go out there week one and you got your starters loafing, I questioned a lot of things. And I was kind of like wait and see about this team this year because what I saw the last 4 or 5 games last year, the undisciplined play, the bowl game, not being prepared for that. I don't know, man. I'm kind of shocked at where they're at right now. But, you know, we saw it with Florida State 2 years ago. They went 2-2, last year, 2-10. With this new transfer deal, you can lose a team quickly, but you can build one back quickly, too. So what do you think? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh, I think a 500 season's likely. Wow. They show no intensity pregame, no intensity on the sideline, lackadaisical. It's just, I'm like, what am I watching? Because I went to a lot of games under Saban, and it's just total. The Saban era is over. Yeah. I don't really know why you stormed the field after beating Kalen DeBoer, but I mean, more power to those guys.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I think that had as much to do with the response to FSU last year. That was like a release of, finally, we've exercised the demon,
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Well, I think 11 teams in a row have stormed the field against Alabama when they beat them at their place. So I'm like, Nick Saban's not there anymore, guys. It's got to end. I mean, so you could have probably 4 more field storms this year.
I don't know. I think it might end.
The same thing happened in '97 after Stallings left. I think Alabama had 5 field stormings that year when they went 4-7 under DeBose.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what? You got to give credit to FSU. They played hard. They were coached well. Yep. What about this though? Womack. I worry about him. I like him. I think he's a good coach.
I don't like the 3-man fronts. I just think
we're a West Coast defense. We're a West Coast defense. That 4-2-5. But let me ask you this: he played for Gus. He knew that system, and we didn't have a clue. Who was the scout team all week for the last 3 weeks getting ready for FSU? Because we looked lost. We didn't play hard. We got knocked off the ball. We didn't tackle anybody.
I've been listening to some of this A.J. McCarron podcast, different things.
Yeah.
And he's under the impression, he's taking it off the coaches and saying, if the players are soft, what can you it seems like you've accumulated a bunch of guys that don't care, and the coaches can't make them, they can't.
Well, I don't know. With this day, with NIL, you can.
Well, here's the thing.
Get rid of them and get somebody else.
There may be something to that, but who brought the soft players in?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, and
they could have got rid of them.
We're 2 years now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, DeBoer, he looks confused. I don't see a very good ending to the situation. I think it's both. He accumulated a team. I'm watching them standing on the side, I'm watching the warm-ups, and there's no NFL talent. Well, that's a problem. I mean, that's just a problem. You don't have any NFL talent on your roster, so, and then you're loafing, so it's just bad overall.
Well, you got one at left tackle, 6'7", 365 pounds, but he plays one play, the next play he doesn't.
And then it's like, can he even stop? I know. The line you're right. The line looks like they got NFL talent, but they got to play to it. And
Well, listen, buddy, I love you. Thank you for calling, and we'll call again. Me and you can sit here and cry together.
Hey, 6 and 6. Hey, my dad told me, enjoy these times because they're not going to last forever, buddy. So
you know what? I told somebody the other day, I might have been Jason and Jim and Ryan Movey, I think it was. We were texting. And I said, you know what? I've had it made. I grew up Bear Bryant, 25 years with him, 7 years with Gene Stallings, 17 years with Saban. I don't have anything to complain about. We've enjoyed it, man. It's I guess it's our time to feel like the rest of the people.
You got it. Hey, y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
You also lived through Ray Perkins and Bill Curry and Mike DeBose.
But that was a short. That was short. That wasn't long.
Fifth choice Ione.
Wildcat. What do you get? What do you tell me? Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Who is this?
This is Travis.
Oh, he calls back when Florida wins.
I do.
And Alabama loses, he calls.
I was wondering, has Nick Saban kind of lost his mind a little bit since he's retired? Because didn't he say last year that Florida State was just going to be this gauntlet of a team that goes 2-10, and then this year he's like, "Oh, Alabama's this gauntlet to a team, or a gauntlet team that got beat by a team that went 2-10 last year."
Well, 2-10 last year is a whole lot different than what's happening now. So you can buy it.
What's that song you wrote? I'm not as good as I used to be.
That's right.
I thank God. I can't remember the words now. Glenn's gotten that way. Glenn and Saban were the top of the world. No, you actually got the good picks.
Watching all those games makes me worry even more about our schedule, because now Florida State's not a locked in.
Hey, baby, Florida State, you better watch out.
But I still think we shut down Castellanos.
Where's that game played this year? Is that in Gainesville?
It's at Gainesville.
That helps. That helps.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that's a win. The one I'm really worried about is LSU and Death Valley.
LSU's for real.
That's hard. I think that Florida's the better team. I think that Death Valley is the kicker there at night is going to be a hard one.
Hey, Travis, don't keep listening because we got Mark McLeod coming on. Call us tomorrow if you can, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the call, buddy.
Good.
Appreciate you. Glenn, real quick, let's get something on FSU.
No, because you guys are spoiled.
Did something happen this weekend?
Yeah.
Did they win something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not talking about it now because y'all have ruined it.
Good.
So
yeah, we can forget
just
about it.
because you win one game, Mississippi State, don't get fired up.
Not the undefeated Mississippi State University. Thank you.
Now listen, one quick update. Ethan Pritchard, the freshman linebacker who was critically shot, he is still in ICU, but he's stable even though he's in critical condition. It was a mistaken identity. He was driving the family car, and somebody took a shot at him.
What did he say, his aunt home or something?
Yeah, and so, I hate to see that. And Rondell Williams is out for an unknown amount of time. They didn't say anything about an injury other than it's not season ending, so we'll see what goes on with that. And then the president of Mr. McCullough said, just put this $50,000 on my tab. And then Michael Alford said, I didn't see anybody on the field. You talk about quick power rankings, ACC power rankings. I'll give you the top 10. FSU's moved up to number 1.
Wow.
Miami's number 2, Louisville 3, Clemson 4, SMU 5, Georgia Tech 6, Duke 7, Virginia 8, North Carolina State 9, and Pitt 10, and then North Carolina is not the last one, but they are down there at the bottom. So, and then other thing was there was three reasons you should go see the East Texas A&M game. This one of the writers said it should be a chance for you to see a lot of young people getting reps, and he said, will the physicality still be going on after the Bama game? And then he said. Correct some of the mistakes, and they'll be able to, have another power like it did against Bama, where they'll be able to do all that. So hopefully that'll be good for them. So congratulations on that. Then just got a Zach Blowstein, I can't even say it. Anyway, he said there was 3 reasons why he liked what's happened Saturday besides the victory. He said the team has the right stuff. When we got punched in the mouth, we punched back and scored. Physicality. And then he said the 4th down confidence we had was stopping them and making a couple of first downs. And then he says FSU can play with anyone. And I'm going to be like, of course, so not so fast. You got to make sure you play them one at a time. But he said we could play with Clemson, Miami, and any of the top 15 teams. But I'm not sure about that. But anyway, everybody liked the new stadium, the concourse. It was easy to get in and out.
Beautiful.
So it was beautiful. So yeah.
One team you mentioned you better watch out for. I really believe is I like the coach. One of my boys coaches with him. And that's Louisville. They're not getting a lot of love, but Louisville's going to be there at the end of the year.
He's won bronze one wherever he's gone to. So.
All right, let's take the break. We'll be right back. Mark McLeod, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The brutal hits, the heartbreaking turnovers, the roaring comebacks. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida delivers the biggest matchups of the week from across the nation. Your college football headquarters on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
When it it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit coxpools.com or call 850-235-7957.
Right now, over 300 kids in Northwest Florida are waiting for a mentor like you. Just a few hours a month can change a child's life and yours. It doesn't take much to be the difference. Become a big brother or big sister today. Call 850-433-KIDS or visit BeTheBig.org to learn more. Mentoring changes lives. Will you be the one to step up?
Taco Bell is now on DoorDash in Port St. Joe. That's right, you can enjoy craveable tacos, burritos, and more delivered right to your door. Craving a late-night snack? Taco Bell in Port St. Joe has you covered. Open until 1, 7 days a week. Plus, start your day off with their delicious breakfast menu, available until 10 a.m. Taco Bell, where the craveable comes true. Taco Bell, now on DoorDash in Port St. Joe.
Go Tiger Sharks.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
When you got 90,000 people all chomping at the same time.
It's the Florida Gator Update with guest Mark McLeod. Insider information you can't get anywhere else. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! And we got the Gator himself, Mark McLeod. Mark, how you doing, sir?
Doing well, guys. Good to be on with you.
Great to have. Hey, how did it go? I saw you were speaking at a Gator gathering. How'd that go for you? Everything go good? They treat you right?
Absolutely, very well, very well. Wonderful food, big crowd. It was really good. Really enthusiastic bunch, and a lot of people who really believe that Florida is back and on the right track.
I believe they're back. Tell everybody where you were at. Tell everybody where location.
Plaquemine, Florida. They have one of the best Gator clubs out there. A lot of people come from outside the area, from Jacksonville and St. Augustine and Palm Coast to go to the club. But it's at the Plaquemine Country Club, and they meet every Tuesday night. And we speak for about 20, 25 minutes, take questions and answers, and they have a big food gathering. Yeah, the Georgia game, guys, they grill steaks for the Georgia game. That is their big one, but they do a lot of different food stuff and food galore. I mean, you have everything you want. And a great meeting, great club. They give away fantastic prizes through the raffle. They were giving away, this lady made handmade purses from, they have a farm, a big stretch of property where people can come and hunt. And she gave away these purses, alligator purses, and they were like $1,800 for a purse. It was amazing.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, let's get into it. Florida Gators, Florida State, South Florida, Miami, are the big three back? They're all three ranked right now. AP poll, the Gators are 13th, FSU is 14th, and Miami's way up there. They're number 5 in the country. That's just the AP poll. Are the big three back, or is it too early to say that?
I think they are. The way Florida State looked, I'm telling you, I talked to Florida State fans who had no clue that was the team they were going to see on Saturday. But they saw it. I myself said last week, my prediction was, look, if Alabama's able to do something and jump on them early, get 17-0, 17-3, that it could be a beatdown by Bama. It was polar opposite. It was a beatdown by Florida State, and they didn't have to wait. They just jumped on them and kept punching them in the mouth and punching them in the mouth. I think that's phenomenal. And then, guys, I don't think you can leave USF off. Look what they did to Boise State.
Boise State, yeah.
And there's a lot of excitement down there because, unlike Miami, they are actually building their own stadium. So they're going to have a beautiful on-campus facility.
I was in South Florida a couple of years ago when Bama went down there at their place, and they probably should have won that game. And then they went on the road, and the score kind of looked a little bit more lopsided than what it really was. They played Bama really well in Tuscaloosa. I think this is going to be a tough game for the Florida Gators. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a competitive football game. What do you think?
No, I agree. Yeah. Nick Saban talked a lot about that game. He was hilarious afterwards. He wasn't happy, but for the media people, he was hilarious. He was not happy, but he gave USF a lot of credit, and he even made a comment. And I don't know exactly what he said, but he said people better be looking out for this team in the future. He goes, because a lot of those young guys produce. So that was Saban's comment. So I think USF is a very good team. They look. I watched that Boise State game. Boy, that was something else. So, that's a good football team. And they, again, with their on-campus facility now being under construction, the enthusiasm and excitement for Bulls football is big.
Did you? You said a whole lot about FSU. We tried to turn the mic down. We couldn't hear that. But you and I both heard all the talk that this Bama team was supposed to be something, really good. Mark, I've watched them, and they're going to have a hard time winning an SEC game. They don't look like they're very talented. They don't play hard.
Soft. That bunch is soft. I mean, Coach, I had guys telling me about Bama who were able to go to Bama practice here and there. And I've got to know a few of those guys up there doing radio for years, former players and what have you. And they told me, wow, this is a good football team. Veteran team. They said, look out for this freshman. The kid, they got a quarterback. Look out for this freshman at corner. He's going to be phenomenal. A kid from California. You look, and they just started giving me names. And I said, these guys are just ultra impressive. And they all seem to be on the same page, blah, blah, blah. And then they get in that game, and Florida State punches them in the face 5 or 6 times and looked like they just looked staggered. They had nothing. And then you look at the foot races at times during that game, and Florida State was fast, and Alabama was like, can we keep up with these guys? It was just as bizarre it was to see Florida State after the year they had last year come out and just play the way they played. It was equally bizarre to see Alabama play the way they played and get whipped the way they did, knowing everything that we know from people who were out of those practice sessions.
You play like you practice. You play like you're trained. I'm just telling you. Anyway, let's jump on the Gators. Let's talk about what did you see? What were you impressed with? I know that Florida speed's back on the defense side of the ball. I like that. But receivers, Florida, I'd said it before the season, I thought Florida's back. The schedule still is incredibly tough. How many games they win, I don't know, but I do think they're really good. What did you see? What did you take away from the game Saturday?
Offensively, I really have 4 takes. 3 of them good. Number 1, it was good to see Trammell Jones out there at quarterback. It was really good to see him as the backup. And in 12 of 18, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. I really liked what I saw from that young man as a reserve quarterback because we know Lagway has suffered through some injuries, and you hope that he can stay healthy. But he started slow a little bit. Lagway did, and he picked it up a little bit. He missed a couple of key reads. He had a guy running wide open downfield, and he missed him. That would have been an easy touchdown very early in the game. But to see Jones at quarterback after what I heard at practice 2.5, I guess now, 3 weeks ago after that Florida scrimmage, and I had a former player tell me, Mark, man, if I'm telling you, if Lagway goes down, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Because the backup quarterbacks didn't impress me at all. And so to see Jones out there and win the job, and Napier was playing coy with us because he told us in the media days before the kickoff, at his Monday presser, he said, well, we haven't really worked out the quarterback situation yet. We got some things. Baloney. They worked that out 2 weeks ago is what he said in the presser. So Jones has been the number 2 guy for 2 weeks now. I thought that was big. I thought the other thing that was big, Vernell Brown III, the freshman, the legacy player, one of the big outlets, I don't know, CBS, On3, whoever it was, 24/7 Sports, said that Vernell Brown III, they picked their top 5 freshmen of the week, and he was one of the top 5. The return game looks to be in really good hands with that young man. Quick, can cut on a dime, very fast. He had 3 receptions for 79 yards. He just looked good. He was running great routes. So I think that was big for Florida. I think the other thing that was big for Florida, really overall, was the fact that they, what they were able to do with getting some of the other receivers and spreading the ball around. I mean, Trey Wilson caught 5 passes. He was the leading catcher, but for -4 yards. They've got to do a better job in getting him space and getting him somewhere where he can do more. But you saw, 10 different Florida players, maybe 12, catch a pass. I thought that was very good. The thing I didn't like, again, besides Trey Wilson not being able to get open, to get him where he needed to be and to find some space for him, I didn't like third down for Florida. Again, Billy Napier, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9. That doesn't need to happen when you're about to play USF, LSU, Miami, Texas, and Texas A&M. So Billy, those third downs really hurt Florida last year. They hurt him the year before, and he's got to get a better handle on that.
Mark, we're going to hold you over. We got some more questions for you. We got the great Mark McLeod every Wednesday, 8:30. All you need to know about the Florida Gators right here at Mark McLeod. This one thing you definitely need to know about. That Cajun place, I tell you, they're going to take care of us this football season. 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers. Hey, they open up now Saturdays and Sundays. Brunch, yes, you get in there at 10 o'clock, get your seat, get ready for all the big ball games. If you got your LSU shirt on, and they're going to score quite a bit of some touchdowns this year. So when they're on TV, you got your LSU shirt on, they score a touchdown, get up, jump to the bar. I want my free Jell-O shot. They'll give it, and say please. They'll give it to you. Thank you, Brian. On Sunday, they got a brunch going on. They got the North Shore Jazz Band. They do a great job. They're going to play 10 to 12. And then, if you're a New Orleans Saints fans, you better, if they do score, you better get up there quickly because there won't be a lot of scoring by them, I don't think. Have your Saints shirt on, get up there and get you a free Jell-O shot. But you can't beat this, guys. 50-cent wings, you can't get that anywhere. $5 pitchers. That Cajun place is incredible. Go check it out. We'll be there about 11 o'clock this Saturday morning having a great time. It was packed out last week. Also, locals taking care of locals. Steve's Bike Shop. He does a great job. Mosley Swim Coach does an incredible job. They've been in business since 1979. Steve's Bike Shop. You love electrical bikes. They got a large selection. They got the old-fashioned bikes. They got helmets. They got everything you need right there on 23rd Street. Steve's Bike Shop. Vandy Roofing. Kyle does an incredible job. You're looking to get a new roof? Don't look any further than Vandy Roofing. Legendary family. Locals taking care of locals. That's Vandy Roofing General Contracting. They design it. They build it. Commercial, residential. They can do it all. We'll be right back. 104.3.
Gas?
ESP, yeah. That's Glenn. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the south-southwest and temps near 88. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 2 miles per hour and be warm at 75. Sunny tomorrow and a high 88. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 89. Saturday the high will reach 92 with mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
I don't always talk to Alabama fans, but when I do, I ask for large fries. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest. Before we get back to Mark McLeod, Richard sent us some information. What we got on? What's going on?
Well, yeah, I mean, God knows we got to have something going on this weekend, don't we? And we do. We have 150
Good job.
adult softball teams at Public Sports Park and at Frank Brown Park. This is World Softball League World Series #1. So
that's awesome.
More
man.
visitors down, more money.
Yeah. Well, this was our down period right now, so thank God we got people coming in here.
No, but it's good. But, kids go back to school. Now we bring the adult teams in. It's perfect.
Go. All right, let's bring him back. Mark, hey, Mark, I want to ask you this. Glenn, you want to ask something real quick?
No, okay. I'm good. I'm good right now.
Wait. 1 minute.
Listen to him.
Well, what's he doing in the studio if he don't want to talk to me?
Hey, listen.
I don't want to talk to Mark. Listen to him.
You haven't. Listen, the biggest upset this weekend was Austin Peay 34, Middle Tennessee 14. That was a shocker.
Look, the biggest upset was that Mississippi State won a game. I don't care who they played. We are 1-0, baby.
Mark, you know what he did Saturday? You know what Glenn did Saturday? Every time Florida State would score, he would text me and goes, do you know the score of the FSU Alabama game? Do you know what the score is?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I told Conrad, too, better watch out. Austin Peay's coming in there. It could be an upset.
Watch out for them Florida Gators. All right, let me ask you this. Would you, in your opinion, because Glenn and I got a lot of money, we're thinking about doing something. Not. Florida's favored by 19. I'm just saying don't touch that. I think South Florida's going to show up and play them really tough. I think Florida wins, but I don't know about covering 19.
Yeah, I don't know where they got that. Vegas does some things. They see things that we don't. They know things that we don't. Now, I will say this, and not to disparage what USF is going to face or anything, but there were a lot of Florida players out of that game who would typically start. You had Pup Howard out defensively. You had an All-American, potential All-American, All-SEC defensive tackle, and Caleb Banks was out. You had several other players on the offensive side of the ball who got very little time. I think that I hope they're not reading things into that. And, the Florida offense started slow, but it did look good. And from a statistical standpoint, things looked awfully good. The defense, I thought, was the biggest surprise guy. I think some of those young guys that stepped in, Michael Burrow, a freshman, starting on the nose for Florida because of the injury to Banks. You had 2 or 3 other very young guys, freshmen, redshirt freshmen, that got a lot of playing time for Florida on the defensive side of the ball, and then one other guy who's a sophomore who didn't play last year who was got a lot of playing time. So I think, those are great things for Florida. But I wonder if Vegas is seeing, hey, these guys are coming back. They're coming back, and they're going to have their full assortment of weapons for them, offensively and defensively. Trace Mack missing 3 field goals. Guys, he was 18 of 21 last year in field goals, and he missed 3 in one game.
Wow.
So Glenn Manley needs to get down there and coach him up.
Well, look at it this way. He's got them all out of the way. He's going to be perfect the rest of the year.
Let's hope. But, yeah, I don't know what they see, but I think it's too much. I think it's too much. I really expected that to be about a 10 or 11 point spread, and even I thought, that'll be the most it'll be. And then when it came out 19, I thought, you got to be kidding.
Wow.
All right,
yeah.
I want to switch gears real quick. What did you think about Strickland getting the extension to 2030? He was taking a lot of heat when Billy Napier was losing, but I didn't realize how many national championships he's been part of. I want to say, 18?
Yeah.
No, I take that back. I take it back. He was making $1.8 million. I don't know what the new salary is going to be, but I know they gave him an extension to 2030. He's been a part of 13 national championships, 9 different sports. I didn't realize that.
I know where he didn't win any.
Yeah, well, football is the one we're all looking for. But he did get. But the other 2 he did. He got one in baseball and he got one in basketball this past year. So, what's your take on that?
Look, the table was set by Foley. Foley, for some of the things I didn't like about Foley with facilities and what have you, I really think the strength of Jeremy Foley was getting the right coaches, getting money to the right programs, and allowing both men's and women's sports, non-revenue sports, to be built up and to be successful. And I think that overall, he's done a fairly good job there. I think he's made some really bad choices in women's basketball coaching. He's had some tough calls elsewhere. We'll see what soccer does. Replacing Becky Burley is not going to be easy, but that's difficult. But you remember, guys, they were in the Final Four last year for women's lacrosse. They have been fabulous in gymnastics and continue to be fabulous. So that hire was good. Softball's is phenomenal, but that's been that way for a long time. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, getting the football program back on track is what everybody wants to see. Getting more money in, facilities updates. He's been very good on that, very proactive there. So kind of surprised me a little bit, not shocked me, but, I think in this day and age, the board of directors felt like they've got their guy.
Mark, since Coach Hale left the door open and talked about something other than football, I'm going to barge right in. I saw that about a week ago, Strickland come out and he talked about they're going to suspend Kevin O'Sullivan a couple of games over the rant at the regionals up in Conway, and obviously that was a big deal at the time, but I was a little surprised that they went on and did something now. I mean, it seemed like that had kind of blown over. He'd kind of gotten publicly shamed over it. Were you surprised that they did this, or do you think this was a move they needed to do to go on and kind of, put this to bed for good?
No, I think this was calculated.
Okay.
Because 3-game suspension, but remember right now, Brian, what's happening? Fall ball starting.
That's
so
right.
I think they wanted to get the word out for fall ball. Let everybody know that. It's better to do that now, I think, from a PR perspective, because it'll be talked about at the first of the season. But to do that now and get that out of the way, then you go through fall ball, everybody hopefully can get excited again, and then everybody will know what's happening at the start of baseball practice next season.
Yeah, very good.
All right, Mark, what shocked you? What stood out this week in college football besides the Tallahassee massacre, the scalping of Alabama Red Elephants? What else stood out to you this week? I'm telling you, I like LSU. Their defense looked good. I like the defense coordinator. Their offense is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Their receivers. We got to watch out for LSU.
Yeah, and look, remember all the guys they got in the transfer portal, and then they lost some guys to other programs, to the NFL. I thought LSU was really impressive because my thought going in, it might take them 2 or 3 games to get those guys all on the same page. They looked like they were all on the same page.
Yeah.
I thought that was very impressive performance by LSU. Of course, FSU is number one. in terms of the most impressive performance in Week 1. USF, I keep going back to USF because that was a heck of a win. And I thought that, it's weird, but there were a couple SEC teams that you just kind of looked at and went, that's going to have to improve. And that's definitely going to need to get better. I thought Arkansas started slow, but then, good Lord, did Green take off for Arkansas and did really well. So I thought that was a really positive move for the Razorbacks. And really the only other program that I thought really stood out was South Carolina. I thought South Carolina was really good on both sides of the ball.
You missed probably the biggest upset in history. Mississippi State beating Southern Mississippi. That was the shocker.
The undefeated.
Hey, we'll talk to you next week. We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
I tell you, Coach DeBoer, stop giving press conferences. You about as uninspiring as anything I ever heard in my life. You couldn't inspire a chicken across the road if there was a hen on the other side.